And so you think about a book, you think about what's happening here tonight. I mean, you ought to feel fantastic, James, because I am so proud of you, and aren't you really proud of James? So let's call James up. Let's give him a big hand. We're going to unveil his book.
Oh man, I gotta get through this. I'm humbled. This may be hard to do tonight. You see, as all of you know that attend my workshops, I normally have the crutch of videos and slides, and I can step away, collect myself, and rethink about what I want to say. But this unplugged idea is a little bit challenging, I must say. Especially when you leave all your speaking notes on your hard drive in your office and forget to take them with you. Not brilliant, apparently. It's chaos. A little chaos. Hey, I'll share with you, I was approached this afternoon by a very good family friend. And she asked, James, are you nervous? And I said, no. And to myself, I said, well, not until now. I'll take a picture of this, seriously. Again, none of my crutches of videos and slides. My family, my two brothers, Alec, Robert, you wouldn't mind standing up, please. Anyway, my two brothers are in the room. My sister had to leave because she's up at 4 o'clock running tomorrow and then working landscaping. They're my older siblings, significantly older than me. We haven't been together. We've been together one-on-one, but not as a family since my parents died several years ago. Do you think I'm a tad nervous? They've never heard me speak before. I have my wife, Gwen, who is familiar with what I do, but she's got her own banking career to manage through. She's never heard me speak. Do you think I'm a tad nervous? Is she wondering, can I really make any money doing this? And then there's my gorgeous daughter, the individual that the book is dedicated to. A future entrepreneur. She's come and helped me set up before, but I've always taken her away before I actually did the workshop. Am I a tad nervous about what she's going to tell Mrs. Palmer, her grade 4 teacher, on Monday morning? Oh yeah, this is nerve-wracking. Absolutely nerve-wracking. And Janet, I want to thank you for bringing that to my attention this afternoon so very dearly. I want to thank the sponsors, Women's Center of York Region, the charity that Focus 31 supports. It's a fantastic organization. I won't get it right, but an organization that supports women. They're coming out of difficult relationships and a variety of other circumstances. And the reason Focus 31 supports the Women's Center of York Region, aside from that, is that they have a program to support women entrepreneurs, to help these women refine themselves and get established. And Kirsten Eastwood is just, she's the pinnacle of my mind of what an executive director of a charity should be. And so, hands down, that was my choice, and they will be getting a portion of all proceeds from my book sale over the course of time that the book is selling in the international market. How many people have heard me introduce myself when I'm speaking? Yeah, there's more of you than that. It goes along the lines of, hi, my name is James Burgess. I'm the author of Chaos, How Business Leaders Can Master the Power of Focus. I've been saying that for 24 months. I didn't have a book. I was selling the book before I had the book. Richard, you bought 100 of them, and it wasn't even finished yet. Ross, you bought 100. Don't laugh too hard over there. Ladies and gentlemen, I am James Burgess, and I am the author of Chaos. And so for the burgeoning authors in the room, I've just started a tradition. How many people are familiar, and I know Ian, you and I talked about this, there's a tradition with the ministers of finance that before they give a budget, they go buy a new pair of shoes. But as is typical with Canadians, we're not sure where the tradition started. Wikipedia suggests it might be 1960s, But then they also suggest it might be the 1800s. Oh, that's so Canadian, isn't it? And it's so Canadian as a tradition, not everybody does it. Some people choose to opt out, break the system. So for you authors in black card books, and Ms. Grant, you'll appreciate this, I am beginning a tradition for all of you authors. You can buy a new pair of shoes when you launch your book. Of course, that was on Gwen's credit card, not mine. You know, my story is in the book. Within the first 9 chapters, you get a very good sense of who I am and why I wrote the book. My challenge is not to share that now, because I do want you to read the book. I think it's very powerful. It was powerful writing it. It's powerful reviewing it. Is Leslie Markovich in the room? Leslie didn't get here? Oh, Leslie's here. Leslie, please stand up. Leslie's my editor. The Chamber of Commerce does work because I just casually met Leslie at the Newmarket Chamber of Commerce, a breakfast networking session. She told me what she did. I went back to my office and I called her and said, I got a book you need to edit. And I said, I don't want to be involved in it. Take it. I'm high level. You get down. You do the work. It's going to be great. And then Leslie introduced Donna Headley. Donna, right there. And she is the designer. I think when you see the internal makings of the book, you're going to really find it to be very professional looking. Donna and Leslie, I thank you both as a team. It's fantastic. And so, within the book is my story, but I did want to share a couple of ideas with you. I know the food's coming, you're starving, the drinks. You don't really want to hear the author, but you know, I'm paying for this so far. By the way, I want to make it public that, and I wish Snap was still here to take the photo, but my good friend John Gee came up to me and said, what deal can we arrange for 60 books? So I just want to make sure all of you heard him say through me, he said 60 books. Yeehaw! He's bought 60 books. I had an experience, so I want to share a story that's not in the book, or it's towards the end. A number of us here are part of Kim Redmond's Creatrix neurolinguistic programming, hypnotherapy, and timeline therapy program. A number of us started at the same time in October of last year. And Kim is a sponsor of the book as well. And the very first day we had this exercise. I don't remember what the exercise was, but half the group stayed in the room. The other half of the group went out in the hall. And Chantel, I was out in the hall with a group of them, and Chantel, Kim's assistant, came out and gave us a bunch of instructions. I listened. I went back into the room. We had a role to play. I thought I did my role, right? And then we debrief it. And Kim goes down the line in pairs, because we're sitting with an opposite person, and we did something together. I don't remember what it was. So I debriefed what I did, and she turned to me and said, stop now. I said, what? She said, James, when will you cease to be one of the 10% that insist upon breaking every system? Ladies and gentlemen, I know you're quiet. You should be like howling, because that is so intuitive of her. I break everything. That's what came out of my corporate life. Oh, here comes another strategy from up on high. They don't know small business. They sure as heck don't know the needs and wants of small business clients. They're going to make us do something, and I'm going to figure out why it's wrong. And I'm going to break it. And I'm going to see how fast I can break it just to prove my point. And that's what I do. That's what I did. In fact, I will share with you, Gerry talked about one of our first conversations. I was so into breaking things before I met Kim. Then I sat down with Gerry with my checkbook in hand, a bunch of zeros on it. I said, Gerry, I can see how you can help me. I can see the value in bringing you into Focus 31 as my business partner. But Gerry, I've watched the people in your seminars. I gotta tell you, I'm just not a hero worshiper. Really brilliant thing to say to somebody who's there of his own accord to have a conversation about you and your business. I'm not into worshiping people. The last hero I had was Jim Dory. Jim Dory, the Toronto Maple Leafs defenseman. The reason Jim Dory is my hero is because my brother Robert got me a stick and pretended to sign it by Jim Dory. And all my friends, Ian included right here in the room, thought it actually came from Jim Dory. didn't care about Jim Dory, but it was kind of neat everybody else thought I did. But I break systems. I look at people and I try and break it down. Well, I'm happy to tell you that at the end of that week, I've stopped. I believe in everything that Gerry now tells me. I have changed my approach from looking at a system and trying to figure out how to break it to saying, if I took the time to look at it, I welcome it, and I'm going to put it to the best use I can until I've reached an end or need help to understand how to go to the next level. And that's really what this book, Chaos, how Business Leaders Can Master the Power of Focus, is really about. It helps you step by step work through exercises to get rid of the gunk. If you will, think of it as an oil change. Right? Get rid of the dirty filters and clean out the car. Vacuum it even. But it's about getting our lives in order, finding our life's primary objective, and applying that as business owners to where we want to get to. And giving you a step-by-step process and leading ideas about how to accomplish that. Janet, is it a good book?
Absolutely.
I was looking for a little more than that. Who else has read the book? Is it a great book?
It's fantastic.
Thank you very much. See, the idea, again, for you want to be soon-to-be launching book authors, always seed the room with people that have already read it ahead of time. And then check with them before you actually ask them. So I just want to say thank you so much. Stop breaking systems. I know there are people in this room that are clients of mine that are breaking systems. I know people in this room that have broken through the breaking and are seeing fantastic successes. And I only want absolutely all the best for all of you. So know what it is about you that gets in the way of you being successful. Set it aside, bust through it, break it down, gunk it out, whatever you have to do. And if my book enables you to do that, I'm absolutely thrilled. And it's been a pleasure. And again, thank you so much for coming in. Food's coming. So this is the official unveiling of the book.
You should have a drum roll.
Everybody just stand here.